Good morning, students. So today we will learn a completely new chapter which is there in class 7, that is rational number. In class 6 you have done integers, natural numbers and other things, but rational numbers is totally new to you. So first let us talk about the definition. What is a rational number? A rational number is defined as a number that can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q both are integers and q not equals to 0. So any number which can be expressed in the form of p by q is known as a rational number, provided that q should not be equals to 0. If q is 0, then we cannot divide that number. For example, if we will take 4 by 0, that is undefined or infinity, we can tell. Few examples of rational numbers we can see, like 4 by 5. It is a rational number where p is equals to 4 and q equals to 5. Now the top portion, that is p, is known as the numerator and the bottom portion is known as the denominator. Now a question might come in your mind that what is the difference between a fraction and a rational number? Both are the same. In fraction also p by q, in the form of p by q only we are writing, and in rational number also we are writing in the form of p by q. The main difference is that in fraction we are writing p by q, that is clear, but p by q are whole numbers. It is not integers, but in rational number both p and q are integers. So we have to keep in mind, in fraction p and q are whole numbers, whereas in rational numbers p and q are integers. Let's take a small example. For example, if I will say, suppose I will write 2 by 3. Now over here 2 and 3 both are integers and both are whole numbers also. So this is a rational number as well as a fraction. But if I will write minus 2 by 3, now minus 2 is not a whole number, it is an integer. So we can say that minus 2 by 3 is not a fraction, but it is a rational number. I hope it is clear what is the difference between a rational number and a fraction. Okay, next let us come to this part, representation of a rational number on a number line. So now we have to represent a rational number on a number line. You all know how to draw a number line. We have to draw a straight line. We have to put arrows on both the ends. That represents, the arrow represents that it is a line. So if you won't put the arrow, then it will be wrong. Then suppose we have to represent 2 by 3 on the number line. Now 2 by 3 is a proper fraction. Why? Because the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Now one thing we have to keep in mind, that proper fraction always lies between 0 and 1, because it is always less than 1. Next we have to check the denominator. What is the denominator? In this case it is 3. So we have to make 3 partition between 0 and 1. This is my 0 and this is my 1. What I have done, I have made 3 parts. This is my first part, this is my second part, and this is my third part. Out of that the numerator is 2, so we have to take 2 parts. Out of 3 parts we have to take 2 parts. So we have taken the second one. This will represent 1 by 3, this will represent 2 by 3, and this will represent 3 by 3, that is equals to again 1. So another video is there for the representation of rational number. Over there we have I have shown different numbers have been represented on the number line, so you can follow that also. Next is rational number in standard form. Now what is a standard form? A rational number is said to be in the standard form if its denominator is a positive integer and the numerator and the denominator are co-prime to each other. Now what is co-prime? Co-prime means they do not have any common factor other than 1. They will have only one common factor, that is 1. So let's take an example. Suppose I will write 4 by 8. Now this is a rational number, but it is not in the standard form. Why? Because 4 and 8 both are having more than one common factor. So how to convert this to the standard form? Just we have to simply there are many processes just to simplify this. One is the means cutting method, another is the whole means the common factor. You have to find highest common factor and then you have to divide. That also we can do. So we'll do simple one. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. So 4 by 8 can be written as 1 by 2. Now we can see that 1 by 2, it is in the form of p by q, so it is a rational number. Also 1 and 2 are having no other common factor other than 1. That means 1 and 2 are co-prime, and the denominator is also a positive number. So 1 by 2 is in the standard form. Let us take another example. Suppose the number is 5 by minus 7. Now see, 5 and 7 both are co-prime to each other, but in this case minus 7 is there. That means the denominator is having a negative value, but we know that in case of standard form the the denominator should always be positive. So we have to convert this to positive. What is the easiest way? Just multiply with minus 1 both the numerator and the denominator. Now minus 1 into 5 will give me minus 5 by minus 1 into minus 7 will give me 7. Now minus 5 by 7, both minus 5 and 7 are integers, so it is a rational number.